talking about. I read a piece by an actual Japanese woman about it. That's how I know about it, and I'm probably paraphrasing some of it wrong. An advocate for the... Because there is a society about this, like a political activist group. I can't remember the fucking name of it now. It's something very generic. Like, you know, like People for the Rights of Barackman, something like that. I don't think I'm saying the word correctly. Yeah, it's not unique to Japanese culture by any stretch of the imagination, just the phrasing. That's why you can't depict characters in fiction with an incomplete set of digits, okay? It will come across as weird. That's why the Simpsons have more fingers. Did you know the Simpsons characters only have like 4 fingers in the West? Because they do. But they got the full set in Japan. Because it looks weird. The only company who's been able to get away with this without like altering something is Disney, because Disney literally doesn't fucking care. So Mickey Mouse, 4 fingers. The thing, well, Yakuza is allowed to, like... It's still better to imply, naturally. But also, Yakuza of all games is a game that could quite probably get away with depicting something like that without it coming across as a bit weird. Like, obviously, if you have, like, a lovable hero character who's like a cartoon and what have you, having the wrong number of digits evocative of either a Yakuza member or the lower class is generally not the image you're going for. That's why they get changed. While we're on this topic, Rayman is blue in Japan. He's not purple. He's blue. I don't remember why. Nine 418. Rayman, the character of Rayman. You know how like Rayman's normally got a purple body in his like a normal design? It's blue in Japan. I don't remember why. It's just a thing. It's just that thing's just different between the two versions of that game, and I don't recall precisely why that's the case. There's like a laundry list of games with very small alterations for the Japanese market. In all the Rayman games, in all the ones I've seen. I don't know if it's still true as of like Rayman Legends or whatever. Because I haven't like clapped eyes on a Japanese version of Rayman Legends. But it was the case all the way up until Rayman 2. That sounds like a lot, but I think Rayman Rabbids actually still has the blue Rayman design. Game's on the PS2. I don't know, look it up. Look up Rayman Legends on look up Rayman Legends on Google with the Japanese box art and see if he's blue. It could very well be that they stopped doing that over time. Yeah, that's why I said that, like, because I've heard that one as well. Purple is associated with death in Japan. Like, I've heard that, but nothing to corroborate it. And there's nothing I've ever seen in any lexicon that would seem to corroborate that. Certainly nothing I fucking know about. I don't know everything, obviously. I don't know most things about fucking Japanese culture and sensitive stuff. But the purple thing, I have no idea why that was different. That was different for like quite a few games too. That would be lovely. It would also be very scary, because then I would run the risk of knowing that half the things I say about Japan and Japanese games on this channel are most likely wrong. Hey, M-Step. I have been good. Like, I try and do my own research in this regard. I, in fact, actually know a bit of Japanese, so I can do my own research. But I am just as prone to being completely fucking wrong. And the apocryphal knowledge as to why things sometimes are the way they are is dumb. Like the 4 is deaf thing. That's, like, true. But it's a bit like if Japanese people went around saying that black cats are removed from video games in the West because we think crossing a black cat is bad luck. True, but nowhere near as prevalent as that. They're not scared of a number. Like, it's a true superstition that does echo in some ways, but, like, the average Japanese gamer isn't going to give a fuck if there's a 4. Six shot, yay! I win. I actually didn't know about the fact that some hospitals and... Huh. No 13-4. Good split. It's a symbolic thing, anyway. Cultures are full of weird, seemingly meaningless symbolic gestures. I don't know if Japanese hospitals have a floor 4. But, like, speaking of the symbolic usage of this, right, you know how in Silent Hill 1, when you go to the hospital, you only have access to, like, floors basement 1, 2, and 3 at the start? But when you go to every floor and find they're all locked, a 4th button appears, labelled 4. Ooh. The usage of 4 there is completely on purpose. It's evocative. That's intentional. It could just as easily have been floor 3 that appears instead, but they chose 4 for a reason. Because it is something that shouldn't be in that setting. We... Like I said, the scary number is, like, really only relevant in specific contexts. Like hospitals, probably. Probably. Like I said, I've never been inside a fucking Japanese hospital. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if they really do that. I could believe it. It would seem like a bad connotation, you know? But its usage in video games is certainly deliberate sometimes. The only thing I know about the Satanic Temple is that they sued the Netflix Sabrina series because they used Baphomet. Which, as it turns out, that's copyrighted. By the Satanic Temple. Can't use the symbol of Baphomet in your Netflix series, or the Satanic Temple will fuck you up. It was the Satanic Temple. I'm reasonably sure. They didn't copyright a demon, they copyrighted a specific depiction of a demon. It was a symbol, not like a character. See? I didn't make that up. I know things. I'm full of knowing things. I've always been a knower. Love to know a thing. Eh. You would think they wouldn't be able to claim a copyright on something like that, but you also think you wouldn't be able to claim a copyright on music by someone who's dead. But we happen to live in the universe where copyright law is a mess. This stream is a massive violation of copyright at the moment, by the way. Nothing about this is authorized by Konami in the slightest. I just don't give a fuck. And also the odds of me getting sued by Konami specifically are fucking minuscule. Yatta. Good line. Okay, is that actually the name of the Satanic Temple's founder? Is it Lucian Greaves? Because that is a fucking just an immense name for someone like that. Like, that guy has, like, a final boss name. Oh, it's a nom de plume? Fuck, I was hoping that was his real name. like it's too good to be true, right? Because like if that really was his name, that was like that's the guy who got to fight to fucking get the credits. Oh, speaking of copywriting crosses, did you know that Silent Hill 3 violates the Geneva Convention? I'm sure some people already know why. Because it's like a very famous thing. Because no, not quite actually. Heather, no, it has nothing to do with the age of the character. Yeah, it's the fact that there's a red cross on the health kit. The red cross symbol is copyrighted is sort of the wrong word. But I also can't think of the it's a violation to use it at like in contexts that aren't medical aid on a battlefield. It is a violation of the Geneva Conventions. It's a Geneva Conventions thing and a Red Cross thing. It is both. It is a restricted thing. You cannot use it on anything that isn't actual medical aid. Is how it goes. Minamio is right. Tons of fucking games do it anyway. Tons of them. But every so often, Red Cross will go after someone. Like Valve's been getting away with it forever. And I think recently... Oh, hell, why? That's the stupidest thing. Always take a look. Very often you'll see games that are using very clever substitutes. Like a red H is a common substitute. You'll never fucking notice. You can use other sorts of crosses, that's fine. Just specifically the red cross is no-go. A red X? Red X is fine. Like, no, like, seriously, red X is fine. Twice? Why does Heather not want to, like, look at things? A red T is fine. It would look a bit weird, but it would be fine. It's specifically in the case of the cross. You can do things that are extremely similar, just not the cross. Is that why they use herbs in Resident Evil? Probably not, but it is probably the reason the first aid spray has a green one on it. I mean, that and it has stylistic consistency with green herbs, I suppose. Who's ready to get owned? Ah, more. A magenta cross is fine. Maroon is probably pushing your luck. Fuck. Y'all ever hear about color copyrights? God, everything's weird. I should have been a lawyer. Actually, no, I really shouldn't have. I hate copyright law. I like how that enemy didn't do an attack, but it still counted as a hit. Thank you, Kojima. Well, that's my lead gone. I tried to dodge that enemy by going around them, and the game knocked me over, despite the fact the enemy didn't do an attack, because the Slurper doesn't actually need to do an attack to knock you over. Don't know why Hideo Kojima decided on that, but he did. That felt really good. I hope that got the quick kill. Really? That didn't? Are you sure? Game is wrong. That made a meaty noise, and you're seriously telling me that wasn't the quick kill? Fuck off. Fucking epic speedrun, mate. Still PBable from this position, but boy, does that take the wind out of my sails. I mean, it happens, but still, fuck that. Fucking 2 slurper hit into quick kill failing for no reason. Shit game. Less horny, thanks. Decent number. Guys, I have a ring fit question. Is, like, warrior pose a real, like, yoga thing? Are they actually called warrior poses? Because Ring Fit calls 3 things warrior poses. The fucking menu exited. Why? What the fuck?
I disagree.
Pro, thanks for the 3 months. And yes, they really are called warrior poses. Because, like, Ring Fit has 3 poses that are called warrior pose 1 to 3. And I was like, are they really called that? Are they really called warrior poses? Oh, it's because I was hitting stuff with my warrior moves. 4793. That's not going to open the door. Do you know the keypad and the door are separate objects? And that it is quite possible to hit one without the other. Don't know why I tried that line. That was a bit ballsy for no real gain. Was a bit early on that. Okay, good to know that warrior poses are real. I thought it was a fake thing for fakers. Fake yoga people like me who only play video games. I got that really early. Good split.
I disagree.
Pusheen Queen Misty, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Do you guys know that with Twitch Prime you get 1 free month of subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer? And I still get money! Sizable gold. How about that? Understandable. Especially in the midst of the pandemic, Prime has been fucking worthless to me for the past few months. Which is why I stopped having Prime. The reason why I have Prime is because I like the fast delivery on things. So when they stopped doing the fast delivery on things, it's like, why do I have you again? Game, listen to my menu inputs. Why do you, like, mishear that as... What? Do I not speak words clearly enough for all of you? I feel like every third word I've been saying this stream has been misheard. Yeah, for a few months while the lockdown was happening, Prime, like, 1-day delivery and Amazon day delivery, which is essentially like we deliver when you actually fucking tell us to and not when we feel like it. They stopped doing those, and it's like, well then, what are you good for then? The answer? Not much. Although I have recently started up again because they have started offering the services that I actually want. Those being fast delivery. See, I like it when I order something and it turns up the next day rather than whenever they feel like it. Especially because I'm in the house all day. The reason why that, like, annoyed me in particular is because I work night shift, which means whether or not I would even be home to accept the package from Amazon was a complete crapshoot. They've only just recently started doing delivery on, like, specific days. Like, days that I have requested, which in my case is a Saturday, because I'm in the house on Saturday, so I can take your fucking delivery. But until they started doing that, if I would order something and it was a complete crapshoot as whether or not it would turn up while I was in the house. Because there was no way to set a time. Or to, I don't know, like, even vaguely indicate that, like, maybe you should get this to me before, like, 8 p.m.? The fact that, like, packages being stolen off porches is so, like, common to me is kind of crazy, because I don't have a porch for things to be stolen off of. That's not a common thing in the... People don't just leave packages outside. What the fuck? People don't just leave that shit lying around. The correlate of that, however, is that if no one's home, they don't deliver it anyway. It just stays with them and they try again tomorrow, maybe, possibly. That or it ends up at the post office. And you have to go pick it up, which, I mean, that's fine. It's slightly tedious, but it's fine. What game did you pre-order? Oh, good key drop. Holy shit. Get in, lads. That was a really good key drop. Oh, I want to play that game. The new Uta one. Or however the fuck they say it in Japan. I don't know. I don't want to say the whole word. Utawareru mono. It's a tongue twister. It's that time again!
Come inside. Look around.
Time is frozen!
When you feel you're ready, then go through the door. Help! Help!
I blinked. I ruined it immediately.
Those voices. A family of 4 was sliced into bloody pieces in this room. The cries of the children. The murderer was caught. Do you know why he said he killed his family? Because
What's going on?
I had to.
I have frozen the game while the audio file plays, so that the timer does not tick while the audio file plays.
A joke.
Because the progression through this is based on the length of the audio file, not any actual game time. Is that stupid?
Only
Yes.
one person died by suicide.
Oh, quick time didn't work.
That's Danny. A quiet young man, but quite friendly as you can see. He was so eager to meet you. His hometown is New Orleans.
Is that what the board's decided?
But he
Yes.
came here after
I mean, I'm the board moderator,
his
so
way.
I say the board moderator.
Oh,
Like there aren't multiple.
maybe you might know.
There are now.
Where is
The
path to heaven?
how do I explain this? The correlate of that, right, is that it's based on the audio file rather than any sort of game performance.
Sorry, this place is just falling.
So if we didn't allow this freezing trick, the next best thing would be intentionally tanking your frame rate at this section, because a lower frame rate means the game runs slower, and the audio file would not play slower at a lower frame rate. So that would be the next best thing, whereas this technique is universal, works regardless of hardware. Oh, fuck, I unpaused too soon. Menu? What? Jesus, keen on throwing this, apparently. Menu?
Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them.
It's stupid, but the logical alternative is even stupider. Is the reason this is allowed. Yeah, I really fucking lost time on that with a great key drop. Kiss my fucking ass, game. Why did the menu open? I should have saved time on that. Fuck, dude. Why did the menu open? My menu button is spacebar. Jesus fuck, what a waste. That's super disappointing. Bad menu too, because I have no shame. It's definitely a stupid trick, but the alternative is stupider. Like I said, if that were not the case, the alternative would be attempting to throw your FPS as hard as possible.
I disagree.
Haha, 16 nice.
Hi, Amelin. Thanks for the 16 month. What's nice about 16? I don't get it. I don't understand. Explain it to me. What's nice? What the fuck? The thing as well is that Saliho 3 as a PC port is prone to randomly jumping between 60 and 30 FPS completely unpredictably. So if we didn't allow that Bally timer freeze, your time would start to get better depending on how much you fucking lagged randomly during Bally, which... I mean, it would be... The logical extension of that is firing the submachine gun for no reason to lag the game on purpose. Which I'm not gonna lie, that would be kind of funny. DK64 strats. Word? Yo, the horse is moving. Have you ever seen a horse move before? That's me lagging the game on purpose with that technique. I'm really consistent with that, but it's really stupid. And I barely understand how it works. Just mash the print screen button. So I'm cheating the game. Yes! I'm cheating! I hate that that strategy works. But again, the alternative is that you fucking lag the game outside that. At least that connected properly. Well, these spawns are better. I still don't do the newer, lesser strat. I don't think it's any good. Really hope that hit properly. Groovy. Might actually save time on this. Oh well, get me. Aren't I thrilling? It's actually a good lesser fight for once. That was a 45, I think. Maybe a 44. I'm mad about losing 2 seconds on Bally. So lame. Heather! Okay, Heather is trying to throw with all her might, apparently. Using in-game timer seems flawed? Yes. I don't disagree. Epic. Let's just stay hydrated. It is easier when people have different hardware. That's the rationale for it being in game time. Because like I said, the real-time performance of this game is a fucking crapshoot. So real-time has its own problems, and that's why IGT is... IGT is at least fair, even if it's stupid. That's the rationale. And that is correct. Like, that's right. That is right. That's true. IGT is, while stupid, it is fair. There are numerous ways to bullshit the IGT in interesting ways, but they are all fair. They are possible regardless of your hardware. Unless you are Borkba Soup and then windowed mode doesn't work for you for some reason. Oops. Although I still think alt spacebar should, in theory, work, but apparently not. I don't know. I don't know. It's fair in theory. Real time would be a lot less fair. See, the funny thing is that if a couple of Silent Hill games were timed real time, if Silent Hill 1 was timed real time, I would be the record holder by a fucking ginormous margin. If this game were timed real time, I'm pretty sure I actually would still be the record holder with this run, but whatever. 2, that wouldn't change either. How many runs do I have? Why is there so much difference in Silent Hill 1? Loading times. It's a PlayStation 1 game. Interesting choice of movement. I run the game on the PSTV, which cuts the load times down dramatically. Which results in my run being, on balance, about 5 minutes faster than any equivalent console run could ever be. Hello. But, IGT doesn't count loads, so... And for the record, I think that's a good thing. A PlayStation TV is essentially a mini Vita in a set-top box. It's a Vita, not a PSP. It doesn't play PSP games unless you buy them off the digital store. It does play Vita games, though, like cards. You can put the Vita cards in it. Shigeki. 2 in 1. I'm doing well tonight. Two hit in fucking Hilltop. 2 hit in Hilltop. His smile and optimism gone. Well, it's a 3x. Brings my total PB this stream up to 7 seconds. Nothing but Ricky Brecky today. And I missed Missionary Quick Kill. Ah. Come on, dude. No, it was a 40. That was a really good Alessa. No wonder. That is a 42 kill. That's really fucking good. No wonder I golded on that. That's actually an incredibly good kill time. That would be an IL world record. If I hadn't already done a 42 at some point. Jesus, no wonder I saved 4 seconds on that split.